Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
Hippopotamus milk is pink.
Why? Why?
Better
Scientifically,
than green.
why?
Better than green.
There are two additives to it. They're actually named after hippos because they're individual to that particular animal. It's not blood or anything strange. It's just pink.
Well, like, flamingos are pink because shrimp.
Because shrimp, yes.
Yes. Why? Why?
Because.
Science.
No! That's not an answer!
That was
Science
sure
is the
allowed
answer.
for anybody wearing earbuds. That'll be good.
You're welcome. Welcome to the show.
Mm-hmm.
To talk more about if hippopotamus milk is strawberry flavored, please use the hashtag Geeks Corner.
Comes with
Hashtag
strawberry
Geeks Corner.
hippos.
Also, I'm Cameron.
Oh, says Cameron. What's your fact? You have a fact.
Oh, so we did something fun this last week. I
Forgot.
wasn't going to do it yet, but
Alright.
that's okay. So we thought it would be fun to see how many Geeks Corner episodes we have done.
Mm-hmm.
And I can now tell you that this is the 433rd episode of Geeks Corner.
Wow!
That's many.
That's
a few.
lot.
That is
Mainly because we
several.
realized at some point we were going to hit the 500th episode, and we should probably know about it beforehand
Yeah.
because that seems like it might be a big deal.
That was
I don't know.
actually what convinced us. We went, oh, 500, huh? Yeah, that's true story.
Pretty much. So
That's what that
I
looked
spent an evening or two going through and renumbering all of our Geeks Corner episodes. So
Well, not
now you can see.
renumbering, but like co-numbering.
Sure, all the above. So we might be switching over. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. Isn't it?
It's a really good coffee.
I told you. You didn't
Yeah.
believe me.
Guatemala
I didn't.
Antigua from the Starbucks core lineup. It's from Latin America. It's a medium roast. It's like super whatever.
And it's coffee.
Disneyland raised its prices this last weekend.
Starbucks didn't for once.
Give them time.
I was
It's
gonna say,
coming.
that's in 6 months.
They just like to oscillate because then while everybody's feeling the pain from Disneyland, they can save up to buy their next cup of coffee.
Yes.
Anyway, Disneyland raised prices. You can see the
Yes.
exact prices up on the website, but we get to return to that wonderful conversation of is it too much or too soon or whatever.
No.
And I'm just going to lead off by saying Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is going to open very soon in the next 6 months or less. And after the last round of price increases, there was all this discussion about how nobody was going to show up and it's going to be empty in the park.
And it's been busier
And
than
it's
ever.
been busy. Well, not all the passes are open yet, and it's already busy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's on like somewhat peak days. It's still busy, so that means everybody's spending extra money. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like when the passes are all unblocked and you have to literally like swim up Main Street through people to try to get to the castle
Hope you
that's
brought your
currently under
goggles.
refurbishment. But we'll get to that later. Anyway, thoughts on the price increases and the fan reaction around them.
Let me tell you something. So, this, and I know I'm probably stealing from Cameron.
It's not stealing, it's information.
This is basic economics. It's
Geekonomics.
textbook supply and demand. And it's something we were talking about earlier. They want every guest to have the same experience. They don't want this 3-day ticket to be worth less than this 3-day ticket because this is during some super busy time and this is during some super slow time. You shouldn't have to do all of the research in the world to try and figure out the perfect math for what your 3-day ticket, like when you should go. They want every guest to have the same experience and they want to be able to spread that out. If that means that people can't get an annual pass and they have a visit once a year, that's what that means, unfortunately. But they want to keep rides running. They want to keep guest flow at a maintainable level. And they want to just keep.
So here's
things
my
working.
question.
What's your question?
This is all the economics, supply and demand. Yeah, great. How do you feel about it?
I think it's great.
So you're happy that you're going to pay more for your $2,000 pass?
Okay, first of all, ouch that my pass is $2,000. Why'd you have to rub salt in that wound?
No, I'm just asking. I feel like that's what we
But-
have to say is...
I have a Premier Pass. I think it's worth $2,000.
Cameron, how do you feel?
Well, I'll let her pause from eating all of that cake that she was willing to share with the peddler side. What's funny is I actually agree with her. I just couldn't miss the chance for a dig.
We all agree. It's
yeah.
That's the fun part about this.
The supply and demand thing is one thing that's very important, but the other one is I have never heard of a third world country starving to death for lack of Disney. Disney is an entertainment luxury. It is not a right, and it is not a necessity to survival, no matter how much the fans think it is. We love it. Obviously, we spend a lot of time there. And obviously a lot of other people do, and they care about it because it's part of the zeitgeist of their nostalgia. But you don't need it. You really don't. And
can you imagine if they hadn't raised prices, what it would be like this summer when Galaxy's Edge opens?
The point being that if they have to do something to equivocate to the cost or to the inherent value of the desire of what they have. If they did not raise prices, the park would be closed, and I mean that quite sincerely. There would be health violations, there would be the civil code violations for crowds. I mean, there's so many things that if they don't do something to compensate that, you would lose it forever. So you should not necessarily be happy that this is happening, but be satisfied knowing that Disney is doing what it can to alleviate a big problem for the future.
Yeah,
and it's just making for a better experience. Like, as much as it's painful to the wallet, like, I would much rather go to Disneyland on a day like the 30th of December, where Roger took his mother to Disneyland, went on 14 attractions, saw 5 entertainment options. I think he saw fireworks,
parades. It was
Mickey and the Magical Map, Frozen, and something else.
Yeah.
And those are all, like, those are time sucks. Like, those take up time. And he was able to do 14 attractions with his mother, 5 shows, meals. He ate at Tropical Hideaway, and they also had dinner somewhere else. I don't remember now. But that's a lot of, what is that? 21 different things they did. And that's not including if they happen to walk by and see Mickey. And I would much rather spend more and have a day where you can do something like that than have one of the days that I remember from a few years ago where you showed up and you'd be lucky if you get on the trains because everything was ridiculously packed. And I remember in particular along the Rivers of America, just like sea of people, and you really couldn't have fun, and you were constantly getting bumped over, and I actually got hit by a wheelchair that ripped open the side of my
Across
pants.
the head, actually. That was very impressive.
No, but like it hit me hard enough that it ripped my pants on my thigh, and so I walked around with a bloody leg all day, and that was a lot of fun. But that's what happens when it's that packed. It's like you just can't do anything.
Yeah.
And
it's not fun.
I mean, I don't like waiting an hour and a half to eat. You know, those kinds of lines have happened, I think, in the past.
They make you work for it.
I mean, I wouldn't wait that long, but
I'll comment with the same thing. There's a wonderful video called Geekonomics 101. I'm sure it'll be attached to this at some point. But the end of the video, I state there is only one surefire way that if you truly have a dislike and you want to make your voice heard about these costs, there's one thing you can do. There's only one effective thing, and that is don't go.
Yeah, don't spend your money there.
Yeah, if you decide not to spend your money, very wise person that we're associated with says every dollar you spend is a vote for the type of world you want to see. If you don't like the way that is, don't spend your money there. And it will show them that enough people are not spending their money, so they will lower the price. That's the only way to affect it. But it's not going to happen.
And I don't think we've gotten there yet.
I don't think so
Mike
either.
says on Twitter, I honestly don't think the price hike is enough to, quote-unquote, discourage or limit guest flow. I feel the price increase should have been higher. Yes, hate me, ... comment. I completely agree.
I agree, too.
I think we're in for some exciting days this summer.
I'm scared.
I'm actually concerned how we're going to film the college band this summer because I think it's going to be a challenge. And yes, it's these laws of unintended consequences. When you think about how busy this is going to be, they're going to have to send people over to DCA, Disney California Adventure, and if the band's not over there, we're just not going to be able to film it. And I don't. We'll see what happens. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I just don't think I am.
I think I'm putting my money here now. I think college bands in DCA this summer.
All sets?
I think all sets are going to be in DCA this summer.
I don't.
I think they might do the evening set they do over the Fantasy Fair, that kind of stuff there.
Well, they have done jazz set at
the
Backlots
afternoon
in the past. But
we will see. It'll be interesting. And with that side note, college band auditions are starting this month, so we've got information on that on the website as well. A few of you have left comments for that for people that are auditioning, so best wishes on your auditions. I'm sure it'll be a blast.
I'm going out for xylophone this year.
Oh, good job.
Not only do I not play it, they don't have one in the band.
It's true.
So
I'm going for triangle.
Surefire hit.
Yeah.
There is a triangle sometimes in the band.
Sometimes.
Yes.
I show up sometimes.
Play Electric Triangle.
Yeah.
Once.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bailey says, legitimately, I believe I've talked about this before. As much as I would love an annual pass, but I get the same enjoyment of going only once or twice a year. Absolutely true. And I mean, in some ways, it makes it more fun when you don't get to go as often because you build up to that and you've got the anticipation and you see the bigger picture things of what's magical. Whereas I think one of the risks of going all the time is you start to notice the imperfections, and that can be an unhealthy thing. You can either choose to see what's great about Disney, or you can be like, oh yeah, that piece of paint is chipped, or I don't know, whatever, you know.
Whatever people say.
All of that fun stuff. So what do you think, how much more do you think they should have raised the prices?
Why are you asking me this question?
I'm going to call 2020, beginning of 2020, peak price ticket for a park hopper at over $200.
I wouldn't doubt that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see deluxe starting at $1,000. Because right now deluxe is about $750, I think. I wouldn't be surprised with that starting out at $1,000.
A year from now?
Yeah. I think after Galaxy's Edge opens, and I think after the summer passes and all that stuff, I do think we'll see another increase about this time next year.
I also think we'll see a little bit less ease of disbursement on cost. So some of the monthly payment options might be going away, except for some of the, maybe the highest tiers.
I think it wouldn't be the end of the world. It'll be interesting to see how Galaxy's Edge affects all of that.
Yep.
Because it's gonna change the way Disneyland is done, both from a Disney operational standpoint, marketing standpoint, guest flow standpoint, guest experience standpoint. It's going to be a completely different park a year from today.
Will they charge for droids?
Yes, actually.
It's going to be like Banshees.
We did this article just a few days ago. You want to share about it? I was excited about this.
Droid on your shoulder. You can share. I'm so sorry. I just started thinking about if you could have a droid like a Banshee.
It will be an interactive experience.
The droid says that.
Sure. It'll be an interactive experience where you actually get to, it sounds like, put together a droid, and it sounds like there might be full-sized R2 units, which that will be interesting to see what a price for that will be, because I was talking to the guys that build these at Star Wars Celebration, and they said, well, baseline, I think what he said was $5,000.
Yeah.
And that's just your, like, I can, like, R2-D2 can drive around, roll around.
I'm going to walk up to the Millennium Falcon and go, how much for that?
Do you play cards?
I want that one.
This one.
That was good.
Yes.
That was very good.
I think the cost will be a little bit less. It's still going to be astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
Just because it's...
So, yeah, it's I would say $5,000 is a base cost for a hobby builder, but with Disney's ability to bring the whole process together, I would say maybe $2,500. Yeah, that's about what I'm thinking.
That's the number that popped in my head. And I feel like you get somebody to pay that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm considering paying that, and I don't have $2,500.
That's why you need to do a hobby one, because it's $5,000 once it's done, not a one-time payment.
Yeah. But at Disney, you could buy one.
Hey, at Disney, you could go, Ace R2, he's real.
So one of the cool things about this, though, is if we were to go together, I said one of the cool things.
Cool.
If we were to go together and all get droids.
We're going to do that ever.
If we were all get droids.
Yes.
Let's all get droids.
If we all got droids,
Droid gang.
supposedly our droids would be able to recognize each other.
They'd be friends.
We could have them do the show.
And they could also alert you to the coming of stormtroopers.
So it's like a puppy.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah,
so
but you don't
get a puppy?
You don't have to take it out in the day. That's
Because
always
people,
nice.
but it's a puppy.
Yeah, just like Real Dog.
This is such a weird show.
He's just got 433 episodes in.
He just realized it's a weird show.
Wow, this is very strange.
What are we doing here?
Puppy.
You know, yeah, all good. Let's see what we got here. I'm looking on social media. Raised
so
at
done
$1
with
million.
me.
Like, I'm on Twitter.
He's honing in.
Moving right along. Yeah. Mike says that he thinks all of our insights on prices are correct and necessary. Premium Plus, or probably Signature Plus, could be closer to $1,500 to $1,700.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Most likely.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if 5 years from now, premiere is over 2,500.
Yeah.
Just remember, the fans who are complaining about this think they are the Senate, and Bob Iger is the Senate.
I have to give Bob Iger credit, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like he is doing fantastic things with the Walt Disney Company, and has taken it from a very strong entertainment company, and really, when you look at what he's done, he's taken this company back to its roots in many respects. Animation is awesome again, thanks to him. Theme parks are awesome. Like I think their driving income source last year. And that's something that a few years ago it was all about TV. And I wasn't sure that the theme parks were going to ever have the same centrality to the Walt Disney Company that it had decades ago.
Where this year is projected that theme parks will be more invested in than all other media properties combined, which is nuts.
And because the profit is there, and that's really because of his leadership. So there's been some hassling of Mr. Iger online this week, and like, come on. Like, look at all he's done for this company.
We got your back, Mr. Iger.
We do. And you're welcome to sit right here anytime you want.
Right here. We will not scoot further apart.
No.
I was going to try to do your thing from before the show, but I forgot what it was. Assistant to the host thing.
It only works once.
Yep.
I know. I was going to ask you what it was because I forgot. No, it works for decades. You're never getting away from that.
I'm making a shirt that says that.
Okay.
Or a name tag or a name plate. Can I get a nameplate?
Are we allowed to have more things on the set?
Sash.
No.
A sash.
A sash.
A sash.
I could be like,
How magical.
I could be like a girl at her bachelorette party that's like Brian Bee.
Head of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, they are now
bride.
renovating and refurbishing things like Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Yes.
They're
Is
gonna
it Sleeping Beauty or Sleeping Beauties?
Sleeping Beauty.
Thank you.
There is no possessive.
Okay.
Don't get me started because it's Sleeping Beauty's winter castle. Why is her winter castle possessive? Anyway, I'm so sorry.
No,
I'm so
Sleeping
sorry.
Beauty's winter castle. She owns winter.
She does. She owns winter herself. I'm so sorry. I get so frustrated about this.
Maybe you should write a blog about it, and then we can have it out there for the world to
5,000
see.
words or less.
I just want
5,000
an answer.
words.
That's all I want is an answer. Why is it all possessive? Why is winter possessive? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, Sleeping Beauty Castle is happening.
Yeah, it's just cold.
They're fixing it, and it's going to look really pretty.
Yay!
I think we should move right along because that
I'm
was
so sorry. I get so upset.
apparently. How about Captain Marvel?
I do like Captain Marvel.
I've heard of her.
Yeah, she's
Marvel?
appearing everywhere. She'll be in the parks very soon. She showed up on the Disney
looks
Cruise Line this
great.
week.
In the eyes of every child. In the hearts of every
But they've
dreamer.
also released new videos this week, and we're gonna hit the one they released during the football game the other night.
That sports ball.
You said that as a person who has never watched a football game. That was wonderful.
I actually grew up watching
I know,
football,
but you
which is
said
why
it was,
I don't watch
with
it
such
anymore.
non-authority. It was great.
Yeah. Well, I prefer to watch it on the internet as it was meant to be watched.
As Walt Disney intended.
I just thought of that meme where you got Walt Disney in black and white and showing off.
Walt Disney watching football on a laptop.
Yeah.
Real
Anyway,
intense.
it's the newest look at the movie, and I actually thought it was one of the most fun looks at the movie. I'm going to lead off this time. And my favorite moment of that being is when there's a couple of them, but Nick Fury it sounds like they're getting to know each other, and he's trying to figure out who she is in front of him. And she does her plasma blast thing, and photon blast. Thank you. And
that's probably closer to plasma. It comes from the sun's energy. You're probably right. I mean, like, go on. I'm so sorry.
I just love that she does that, and in true Nick Fury form, he's completely unimpressed, and it's like, is that supposed to mean something?
Yeah.
And then the hat thing at the end was
I was
really
gonna say,
fun too.
I do love her calling out the super disguise.
All right, who wants to go next?
I don't know. I do think my favorite part at the end is when she calls out the superhero disguise, and
Which is brilliant.
Says the woman who just flew from space in a rubber suit.
Yeah.
And then she takes off, just woo. just told us so much about the character without doing anything, and I loved it.
You said rubber. Wooden is another good word. Here's the thing. Up until this point, my only worry has been that most of the dialogue we've seen from Brie Larson sounds a little wooden.
Yeah, I agree.
And until this preview,
it sounds
alive. Like she sounds like she's having fun.
Yeah.
I love her as an actor. I already love everything I've seen from the movie so far, but I was just a little worried about bland monologuing.
It kind of went from early Captain America to suddenly like, oh, there's the Ant-Man influence. This week.
Yeah, so we see that it's going to be funny. I mean, the action is going to... There was a moment, I pointed out to you when we were watching it, there's a lot of parallels between this and Wonder Woman for empowerment moments. And they kind of alluded to what's going to be the Wonder Woman coming out of the trenches moment for this film. Yeah. And it's going to be good. It's going to be very good.
Excited.
Tickets are on sale, so make sure to get those and don't wait too late because that was that thing. Yep. And I predictions on
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
I think it's probably going to be in the top 2 Marvel films. I think
ever
with what being the other one.
Personally, Black Panther, but I could see other arguments for it.
Okay. All right.
I'd say top 2. I think it's going to be in most people's top 2.
I, in some ways, think it might be. I actually almost guarantee it's going to be a more fun movie than Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if they can make it as powerful as Black Panther, but also equally fun, then it's going to be the number one. Because one of the things I've liked about, say, Ant-Man and Guardians is they're really fun movies, but they haven't necessarily had the power that some of the other... I mean, even going back to Iron Man. Iron Man was a much more powerful film than say Ant-Man, and so I think it could be really cool if they can nail the gravitas on one side and then also the fun on the other side.
Definitely.
And Phil Coulson.
True. That's the only. I mean, you're in this for Shield.
That
we
haircut,
all know that.
That haircut was amazing. I liked the little twirl thing.
Mr. Daps over here just like Shield.
Yeah.
Shield.
Mike made a very good point right here. He said, "So ... It is Bob Iger. We are waiting for ? Guess that much awaited visited by John Lasseter is defunct ? Well, he never responded to our calls.
It's true.
So yes, Bob Iger's
stopped calling.
Yes. Did we ever call? I don't think we ever called.
Oh, we weren't supposed to.
Okay, good.
That's why I can't go on the Pixar campus.
Bailey says, I have no idea where I'm going to be on my birthday, but the one thing I know is that I have to figure it out so that I can get my tickets to Captain Marvel. Are you going to be down here, Bailey? You should come down here.
You should be here.
That would be fun. Bob Iger is clearly very excited about Captain Marvel as well.
We're getting a cruise ship. We're getting
50 attractions.
50 attractions. We're also getting a Captain
all of
Marvel
them
land.
In the former It's a Bug's Land. Is where all the 50 attractions are going, and they're all going to be this big.
Yeah. It's tough to be a Cree. May I?
That was good.
Thank you.
Keep going.
No, that was no.
I guess we should have had Luke on the show instead of producing tonight because he'd come up with a bunch of them.
You do the computer.
Go there.
Go there.
Do things.
Hey, I'm very glad he's doing the computer thing.
Thank you for doing the buttons.
Yes.
Yay, Luke.
And have fun in Florida, Tyler.
Have fun in Florida, Tyler.
What is this? I don't know either.
This is transatlantic. This is how we speak when we're on the radio.
Florida, Kevin is going to be in Disney's California Adventure.
Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Disney Sleeping Beauty's Winter Castle.
Yes. Anyway, Kevin's going to be at Animal Kingdom very soon. And
I'm thrilled.
I am very curious how they're going to do it.
Kevin. I love Kevin.
Yeah, I think he's great in Pixar Play Parade. She's going to be great.
Kevin's a girl!
I'm tired.
So is she. Of the misgendering.
Yes, it's true. A whole movie. What do you guys think about this? Well, you already answered, but...
Yeah, but I keep thinking, because we talked about musicals earlier, Kevin from Producers, that introduction. Kevin!
That would be fun.
So that's my comment on the matter.
You want to see Kevin at the other Kevin?
Sliding down the banister. Hello.
That would be...
I just...
doing that down the banister. Yeah. I'm like, that's the noise Kevin made.
He might. I just remember seeing that... No, I'm talking about the other Kevin.
Okay.
I was talking about Producers Kevin. Okay. And
please noted, feathers or not, while they both had boas.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's funny. There's your mashup.
We have casted the producers.
Internet, go find either producers. I would accept either with the scene with Kevin in it, and please Photoshop female Kevin into that scene. Please.
That'd be
So
nice.
much.
Really
Please.
Why don't you do it?
Because I'm here. They're there.
Yeah.
Internet, go.
We don't have the technology here in the corner. We only have that technology there.
We just have a wall.
We do. It's a very nice wall.
Corner and a hashtag sign, and
We do. We know of the internet. We made the hashtag sign.
Our Wi-Fi keeps overheating. I mean, it's 90 degrees over here.
Oh my.
Sorry, was it a brick?
I know.
We can count.
Do you want to keep going, or
No, that'd be a facade.
This isn't a facade. This is real. This is Geeks Corner.
3 is the rule. Comedy comes to
the
3.
rule?
True.
Yeah.
Gallivant. Oh, Gallivant.
Gallivant.
Throw it up to Galvan.
The show that probably should have ended much sooner, but we
Oh, yeah.
wanted it to last much longer.
It should have been an hour-long thing, and they could have gone.
No, I'm saying it shouldn't have gone past the first season,
Oh,
but
definitely.
then they left us hanging after the second season, and I want the third. But
I was going to say, they couldn't have ended up the first scene. We wouldn't have gotten the Dragon Friend song.
I
That's
love
true.
The dragon.
You do love the
I
dragon.
do. Yeah. That's
If
a
you're
good
still
song.
following, use the hashtag Geeks Corner.
We haven't been recast for anything yet, by the way.
Yeah, that's really rude.
How dare you?
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for my Broadway
6
debut.
years, Juilliard. I mean, people have done that. I didn't.
Not me. I'm naming off someone else's resume. It's very interesting.
You think I went to Juilliard?
Okay, final
Acting.
topic for tonight.
Final.
Today was the last day of Festival of Holidays, and very quickly, what was your favorite part of Festival of Holidays? I know mine, Fat Cat Swingers, so I'm leading off. I
Cat
hope they
Swinger.
had great. Actually, they probably just finished their last set, so
Roughly.
a little bit ago.
Congrats.
What was your favorite part, Cameron?
Dude.
Check out my site.
.com.
Actually, I really enjoyed the food selections this year.
Yeah.
Did you have a favorite food?
No, honestly, that
Okay.
I had something different every time I visited this
Okay,
time.
that's good.
And I didn't dislike anything I had. So, food.
Which is a win.
Yes.
Food.
Other than Fat Cat.
Why don't you pick something other than Fat Cat?
I'm the host. I get to go last.
I'm assistant to the host. Okay. I mean, is it a cop out to say Viva?
No.
No, I think
Because
that's fair.
Viva's everyone's favorite. I
I'm going to take it a step further and not just say Viva.
I'm just going to upstage
But
you
when-
real quick, if you don't
No,
mind.
I'm taking what you said and I'm
Okay.
going to add to it. Is the night we all had dinner over there in the corner, kind of behind Viva, and you could see them staging and then leaving, and it was a
stepping
very fun, unique a place to watch
Yeah.
and watch them getting ready and running
Well,
out.
and
it was fun.
super fun because Mickey and Minnie came out on the bikes, and there was all these kids eating dinner that suddenly were like,
Yeah, they're just getting waves from Mickey and Minnie as they're waiting to
It was
go
super fun.
dance, and it was very cute.
That was very fun.
And those are the moments that are the Disney magic moments that people overlook, and I think, and they're the moments that are even more special when the park's not too crowded.
yeah.
The moments that literally could
Let's
not happen.
tie it back to
I
the
was gonna say,
beginning.
and the fact that you can see them happen.
Yeah,
and
we
there
wouldn't have
wasn't-
seen it if it was completely packed, and it was very fun. Anyway, that's all the time we have for this week.
You should go to thegeekscorner.com, and look at the previous sets and disparage them compared to the current.
True. You should go to DAPS
It's
Magic.
not that hard to do.
It's accurate. You should go to dapsmagic.com, check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens, subscribe to our mailing list, and find out how to become a DAPS Magic maker.
And while you're at it, make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're putting up videos all the time.
All the time.
We're making a concerted effort this year
now.
to get even more up, so we hope you enjoy them. We hope
writing
you've enjoyed this episode as well for all of its insanity. But that is all the time we have for you this week, so we'll see you around the corner.
Bye!